Hey, what's up, guys? This is MPFSU, back with another video. This is another update for the PS3 online Big Dynasty, and I believe we are in week 8 or week 9. But enough with the planters trees. Let's go ahead and get right into it. Top 25. Let's go. And there's been some huge games that have taken place. So sorry I'm a little late on the update, but just trying to get some things squared away in the life. But as you can see here, Miami, yes, Miami is ranked number 1. Isn't that something? You have LSU ranked number 2, but let's go ahead and get into it and see how they got there. Some pretty huge wins. So they start off week 1, huge win in overtime against Ohio State, 53-52. Another tight game against Notre Dame, 48-38. Then they get into the ACC schedule, a win at Wake Forest, 51-23. North Carolina State, 55-35. Duke, 45-28. North Carolina 38-22, and huge win against USC 40-27 to set up the number 1 versus number 3 matchup, FSU versus Miami. Just brings back memories, some bad ones. Thinking about wide right, wide left. Well, anyway, let's go ahead and move on and check out LSU, who is number 2. Also some big wins. Nice win early against Penn State. Then a blowout against Vandy, 42-17. Then a huge win against Oklahoma. They ran away with that one, 40-28. Another win against ranked Kentucky. Mississippi State, a blowout there. Huge win against Cal. Cal had some issues versus that defense at LSU. Then the barn burner that came down to a last-second field goal. Huge win over Florida, who was the previously ranked number 1 team, who is now currently ranked number 7, where they belong. All right, and at Mississippi, 31-28. Then big win, blowout win against Texas A&M, which sets up a nice matchup against Bama. But they may just cruise along into the SEC title game, where they may face Florida again. And here we are at number 3. Nice, huge win against Notre Dame, 45-7. At Duke, blowout there. Another blowout at UNC, 65-22. At Wake Forest, 52-7. North Carolina State, 45-7. Maryland, 63-21. And Syracuse, 34-14. And this is where the brutal part of our schedule takes place, as we have Miami at Clemson, Boston College, Louisville, and then finish up at Florida. So all of my user games are going to be on the road. Should be a lot of fun. All right. Michigan sneaking in there at number 4. Then we have Oregon over here at number 5. Nice win early against Clemson. Then we have a win against Michigan State. Close game. Lost to Cal in a close battle. Beat Stanford 45-17. I think this is Georgia Southern. Georgia State 56-10. Win at Colorado 48-15. And then a huge win in the Pac-12 against number 12 ranked USC, 45-30. Cal, who is 7-2 and ranked still in the top 10, lost against Florida at the beginning of the season, 33-49. Then went to beat San Diego State, 55-24. Huge win against Oregon, 31-26. We saw that a little bit earlier. Then a big win in a blowout against USC, 41-20. Washington State 64-24. Then a huge loss at LSU. Then they round out with some nice high-scoring games in their Pac-12, which it's a normal thing for them. So let's go ahead and move on. Florida, who's behind Cal with only one loss after beating them, actually. Kind of interesting. They beat Cal, obviously, at the beginning of the season, 49-33. Louisville, they beat 45-27. Ole Miss, 52-17. Then in their rivalry matchup against Tennessee, they win 45-35. Huge wins against ranked Kentucky. Then that bomb burner against LSU. And then the overtime win, 44-38 against Mississippi State. Now they have the cocktail party against Georgia, number 13. That rounds out their games. And let's move on to Ohio State. Ohio State are having a little bit of issues this year. Overtime loss to Miami, 52-53. Losing a close battle at Oklahoma State, 17-23. Beat Clemson, 26-14. Went over Minnesota. Iowa, they blow out. Illinois, they blow out. And then a close matchup against Rutgers, 28-20. And so we finish up. Yes, we're finishing up with Clemson. Oh, I'm sorry. Wait a minute. There may be a team I forgot. Oh, yeah, Oklahoma State. Let's keep moving on. Oregon lost there. Close loss to Ohio State, heartbreaking. Tight win against North Carolina, 47-45. Huge win over Pitt. Another close game against Georgia Tech. Another one at North Carolina State. And then they finish out with a blowout win against Wake Forest. All right. And let's move on. We have two more teams down here, Oklahoma State and USC. So Oklahoma State, a loss at the beginning against USC. They beat Ohio State. Then lost in a blowout to LSU. Beat Texas Tech in a blowout. And then a big win against ranked Kansas State, 38-17. And a blowout win against KU, 51-7. USC, lot of probably the most brutal schedule ever. Win against Oklahoma State, then 1-point victory over Texas A&M, a win against Utah in a blowout, then a loss to Cal, a win over Colorado, close game against Arizona State, 42-35, win over Washington in a close battle, 31-24, then a loss to Miami, followed by another loss to Oregon in the Pac-12. So things aren't looking very good for USC. And that's it for our users. Let's go ahead and take a look at the Heisman watch. See what's going on there. As we see here, no more Chad Kelly. There's Chad Kelly. Jeremy Hill is at the top. Chad Kelly's no longer at the top. Nice 29 carries, 188 yards, 5 touchdowns. Duke Johnson, 99 overall. The Duke, 26 carries, 140 yards, 2 touchdowns against USC. Here's Chad Kelly, 42-53, 592 yards, 6 touchdowns, and a 61-21 win against Wake. And Pender closes things out, 13 carries, 105 yards. And here's senior halfback D. Lasco, 21 carries, 265 yards, 4 TDs, and a 68-47 win over Utah. All right, guys. Think that is going to be it for this. Let's see if there's any check the BCS rankings real quick. And as we see, Miami's leading everybody. Seems like the same rankings here as they are in the regular poll. So nothing drastically different here. But huge game against Miami. Guys, look out for that. We'll be coming to a ESPN near you. So that's it for me, guys. If you like this content, please subscribe to the channel. Like, share the video. I appreciate you guys watching and following us on this update. I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.